Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have another very real story coming out of the news today, November 12th, 2020. So we're going to get into this deadly shooting that happened in Pittsburgh yesterday, November 11th. It says, arrests made following a deadly shooting in Brighton Heights. Police said Laron Smith, 24, of the North Side was taken into custody by SWAT officers early Wednesday morning in the 2800 block of Bleecker Street. So 24-year-old Laron, huh? Now what's interesting is, in case you're new here, I talk about a conspiracy theory called gematria, which is Jewish mysticism that comes from Kabbalah, which has four base ciphers: the alphabetic order with the rules of numerology, the reverse alphabetic order, and the reverse alphabetic order with the rules of numerology. And in this hoax, this conspiracy theory, you're going to notice that Laron Smith, who they said is 24 years old, his name sums to 24. His last name sums to 24. He was 24 years old. And reading this story, they said that he committed a homicide. So 24-year-old Laron Smith committed a homicide. And you'll notice that Laron Smith sums to 48, homicides 48, Illuminati's 48. And this full reduction cipher is the alphabetic order with the rules of numerology, meaning you break every letter down to a single digit. This is a cipher that Manly P. Hall and Zachary Hubbard talk about all the time as being completely irrelevant. So, and in case you didn't see, did you see that they updated the story? They last updated it at 11:12 p.m., like how the story's being run on 11/12, like how 11:12 p.m. leaves 48 minutes left in the day. Coincidence, coincidence. And once again, there's a group of people out there that love these numbers. Bleecker Street, I notice how it sums to 79 and 56. And just look at whose name sums to 79 and 56 as well. Certainly not the Society of Jesus that's behind these rituals, that's for sure. I mean, and again, and in Jewish gematria, which is another irrelevant cipher, there's a short film out there called Gematria where they only use this cipher. So that's how you know it's bullshit. His name's 191, like Society of Jesus. Society of Jesus and the Jesuit order, they're the same group of people. So here's this photo. I'm sure this is a real photo. We're going to get to this at the end. And if you look at this clip, you can go on and follow this link right here. If you come to my blog, luxy91.blogspot.com, you can click the link on this entire video here, and you'll be able to see that it's 37 seconds long. It happened on a Wednesday, and as I've talked about in prior videos, no shootings ever happen on a Wednesday, and this is why. No overlap, no synchronicities. So let's go ahead and read this article. It says, Pittsburgh police said an arrest has been made after a man was found shot to death in the city's Brighton Heights neighborhood on Monday afternoon. Police said Laron Smith, 24, of the North Side, was taken into custody by SWAT officers early Wednesday in the 2800 block of Bleecker Street. Police said he is charged with criminal homicide and gun violence. The Allegheny County Medical Examiner's Office has identified the victim as Ernest Nevin Mills Jr., 28, of Pittsburgh. Police said they responded to a shot spotter alert near the intersection of Brighton Road and Davis Avenue around 3:30 p.m. Police found a man in the street who was shot multiple times in the upper body. Police said officers immediately began CPR on the victim, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. Stay with WTAE mobile app for updates. Download the app now to stay connected for breaking news. Even if you're not in the United States or in Pittsburgh, be sure to download this app, because the more mainstream media news you get, the better off you're going to be, the more intelligent you're going to be. So 28-year-old Ernest Nevin Mills was killed at the 2800 block of Bleecker Street. Nothing suspicious there. And you'll notice that Brighton Heights sums to 236, and the Brighton Heights neighborhood is where one of the Masonic temples is located in Pittsburgh. And Scottish Rite of Freemasonry's 1487 in the Jewish cipher, which I talked about, is not relevant. That's the 236th prime number. And you'll notice the shooting took place on a date with 62 numerology, like how sacrifice sums to 62. Ernest Nevin Mills Jr. is 248, like human sacrifice. He was 28 years old. He was killed at the 2800 block. Shooting is 107, the 28th prime number. That's a coincidence. And it's always interesting, too, how they tie these rituals together, between the false flag shootings to the celebrity virus. It is a coincidence how they do it. But the first death in Pennsylvania was March 18th. They said Carmen Fusco, whose name coincidentally sums to 55. They said he was dead at age 55 in Northampton County, which sums to 55. From his death to the supposed death of this man was 238 days. And, Ernest Nevin Mills is 238, and that was 34 weeks, and murder's 38. So this is another coincidence and conspiracy theory in the mainstream media. One thing about this site too, I'm sure this is a real picture, and for those of you, in case you're not aware, there's this conspiracy theory out there put out by the mainstream media. This was on CNN.com, and it's called thispersondoesnotexist.com. And what's funny about this site is every time you refresh it, it gives you another computer-generated image. None of these people are real. These are all computer-generated images. So, once again, stay away from the conspiracy theorists. Gematria is obviously not relevant, and this shooting was definitely real. Until next time.